Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of SeaPort Tycoon. The game developer has to play his own game and face all the bugs that he has generated over a long period of time. Today, again, I wanted to provide you a short update about what happened. I know already a couple of months passed again. I wished I could do more updates on that. But at this stage, I'm rather working still under the hood of the game, so I'm working on the code and optimizing of the code. So there is very little to show that there is some progress. Nevertheless, in terms of visual things, of course, and nevertheless, there are some visual updates available. But as mentioned, most of the things happens in the code area, and I think it would be super boring to show you the code itself. So let's jump into the topics. So what's new for today? Actually, I did not prepare this port. This is a port that I've been using for testing. It's again a small map because it gives me some rough idea about the performance and rather than going already into a max mode. And I'm using, well, I have been using this port for about the last 2 months to test some of the items, and I'm luckily enough that nothing broke down. I have also bigger ports, and still some features and functions do not work. Anyway, this port can handle that. And actually, the purpose of this port for the testing reasons was always to figure out how the trucks are looking for their routes and how they are going to find. So it was more about a traffic management system rather than anything else. Um, and I have been also making more different types of dock stations to see how and when the trucks are addressing a particular area. And I think today I can show you a couple of things that have happened in the progress, and I hope they can also show you already more the a clearer vision of towards what we are heading towards. So maybe let's start with something that I presented the last time. So the ships have already small indicators saying how long they intend to stay in the port. So here this clock is indicating how much time is left. This is the blue area. How much time is left for the ship in the port? The white. So maybe let's do it like that. The white indicator is showing how much space of 100% is still occupied with incoming containers, and the bar below is indicating how much did I fill in. Oh, I think we see it nicely here that the filled up capacity is still very low. There is still space, and actually this is then a matter of further coding that this all remaining containers will be handed over to these dock cranes so that they can fill up the corresponding ship. Something it's a matter of fine tuning. The other aspect is that, of course, um, I had to balance out a little bit the cranes so that they can meet the time in terms of loading and unloading. So and I think I'm pretty close to the aspects. So the crane managed to unload a lot of containers here, as you can see them here, the white ones. and then the colored containers are supposed to be those ones who are intended to be put on the ships. In terms of traffic, this goes pretty much in analogy. So white trucks are bringing in the colored containers. So those ones who need to be trucked to the port, and then put on the ship, and then it can leave. And respectively, the red trucks are supposed to come in, pick up a container, and then leave the port. So yeah, here the time expired, and the ship can now leave. Here another ship comes in. Yes, I know I need to elaborate on the traffic management of ships. uh, and here, so you can see actually how fast, or what is the difference between this kind of a setup and one crane setup in terms of unloading. So okay, the ship wasn't full, but the speed is much faster, so that there is an incentive to build something like that. The downside is that this kind of cranes have only one container zone area in their reach, whereas these cranes have different ranges where they can operate. So in this context, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 container zones where this crane can reach out for a container that has been placed by other cranes or something else. We have also conveyor belts, so this is also possible. So yeah, this was more of an optimizing aspect. The same like the movement of the fixing bodies of the containers. It is now set up to a higher speed. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, so you see here, and making also the movements a little bit more smoother. However, it does not appear to be here like that because of course the speed of the cranes is then much faster. But nevertheless, if you code something, that it should be also look good in slow motion. But I don't show it here right now. Because the ultimate effect is when we play, it is always good to see a busy port and and that something is happening in the game. So, but anyway, I will slow down a little bit. So now you might ask yourself, okay, why the ships are not coming in full and are leaving half empty? Um, Actually, this is also one of the progresses in the development. There is sort of, oh, we managed finally to get a ship with more or less being fully loaded. So the development was focusing on implementing some sort of an economy, so to say. Before that, it was pretty, let's say, hard defined how many ships are, how many containers needs to be put in, and then, or how many containers needs a ship to pick up and then go to the port. So that's why if you watch the previous videos, all the ships will be fully loaded. Now they're more in a dynamic style, sometimes full, sometimes empty, like in this case. And the reason behind it is a economy that I've started to implement, that is focusing very much on efficiency gains and or efficiency losses in the port. And this should motivate the player to keep a constant flow of containers into the game, and think also about his network of roads, so that the containers can be quickly shipped in, rather than being stuck all the time in traffic jams, like this is here the case. So the less containers you bring in, of course, then it will have an influence. This does not look good, but it should give you an idea at which satisfaction level the port is. It's at the moment at 55%, meaning that it's not performing very well. This port is not very efficient. Not sufficient containers are successfully shipped. And this is also indicated by these situations here that, for instance, if I stop it for a second, for instance, you can observe it by looking at the red trucks that are leaving empty. So these both trucks did not manage to pick up a container either in time, or they have been directed to a crane that does not have white containers. So this is of course something that is punishing the player. At the same time, we see nice two trucks that are living with white containers, so they have been successful. And there are a couple of reasons why they're leaving. By the way, it goes the same way with supplying trucks. Maybe I find one, but at the moment not. Oh yeah, here, a white truck that is leaving with a colored container, so he did not manage to supply it in a successful way. And the key essential thing is that if the trucks, or the basic idea is that if the trucks need too much time to go across the port, if they are too much stuck in traffic jams, then the truck drivers simply decide to turn around and leave the port, because they will waste their time, and this is, so to say, a penalty. Respectively, also, if something happens in a successful manner, then the performance goes up, right? So yeah, this is one thing, and of course, when we talk about efficiency, one of the first indicators that is showing are these small little guys, traffic jams, and it required to implement a whole alert system, so to say. And this was a good opportunity, a good time during the development to implement also some sort of a guidance and information system for the player, so that the game generates some information for the player, what is useful, what is going in the port, and this is done by this. So I'm calling it port news, where I'm receiving some highlights. So in terms of traffic jams, this is limited. This is limited in terms of quantities, but it's also giving the opportunity to go to the corresponding location in the port where about which traffic jam we talk. In the same way, if I, for instance, delete one building, so let's say this, then there should be an alert saying that, come on, you should build a container management office, so that someone takes care how to position and where all the stuff, and this is what I'm going to do. So containers, and truck handling. Okay. And now a lot of efforts are coming, connect your building to the power grid, so a lot of errors occur. Beautiful. So there is some sort of communication, and I potentially screwed up the whole energy sector. Anyway, we can recover that very fastly. So those are these famous bugs that I'm facing all the time. Now, will you get some energy? Potentially not. Oh my god, I brought down my whole head office. Let's stay with that. there seem to be some connection errors in terms of. So, yeah, the game informs me that something went wrong. This is Murphy's Law. During the presentation, everything needs to goes down. But that's good to know because I saw the alert somewhere else as well. So without energy, of course, anything the port cannot work. But I will keep the presentation ongoing. What's the problem? Um, Yeah, so we discussed about the alert. So this is some sort of a messaging system or port news that is supposed to tell you what is going on, and this should help the player to find some guidance. This is also the idea to have sort of tutorial style, not necessarily telling you how to build it, but eventually what is missing in the port and what should be added. The and having that, I moved on to testing. Of course, also parts of the development have been dealing with making everything more more addressable. So as you probably remember from one of my earlier videos, if you wanted to delete something, the whole tile needed to be deleted. But given I wanted to go for the stacking system, so that roads can be stacked, like in this case, of course, the addressability of on every item needed to be implemented, so it took some time to catch up. So for these guys here, for instance, I do not run it because they should reserve their own full tile. But for instance, for streets or cranes, where a street could go inside, so in this area, then it's better to have a very selective adding and deleting of objects. And of course, with that, I finally, and this happened actually yesterday, I find it somehow annoying. So maybe I get some more energy from this side. Is something happening? That's so funny. So with that, actually yesterday I implemented also a two-lane road because the more you start to test, the more traffic you have, the more issues you're facing. Sorry. And I thought it was time to add up this thing, and indeed it helped a lot. So it helped me to compare road sections where there are two lanes, how the traffic is being handled, and how many trucks can be processed on one two-lane road rather than one lane or a road in both directions. This helped a lot. Now, of course, all my trucks disappeared because the performance dropped. And it should supposed to be zero performance, but okay, this is a matter um, of optimizing the calculation patterns. And yeah, for the upcoming development, so there should be the target should be to have a high level of performance, so a good reputation of the port, and this good reputation of the port should also encourage, for instance, bigger ships to come in. So this to make it this dependent on that. And ultimately start to pick up a lot of containers, so on both sides, incoming and outgoing, and boosting, so to say, the whole network or the whole flow within the port. In addition, having this, then also going into more more or making this key parameters here more influential that you will find here above, they should also take some sort of a role in this performance measurement, so that at the end of the day, everything sums up in some aspect. I'm doing this because I'm still hesitant to run some financial statement on a port like this, um, due to manifold reasons. In most cases, I find that in Tycoon games, from a particular point in time, money doesn't matter, so why implementing it? Um, so I'm still looking into parameters that could be useful and could still have some significance, that the player could look after and boost his performance or his reputation, so to say here. So, for instance, how are you handling your CO2 balance, which is nowadays maybe making sometimes tired everybody when we talk about that. But yeah, something that should be kept in mind. I think it is important, although I am certainly not this type of super green people, so to say. Then the other thing is the production of energy, maybe making in future some diversification between windmills and oil, because oil industry is also available in this game. How many traffics, how many trucks are in the container in the port, etc. Maybe also the timing aspects, so for how many hours a container stays. These are statistics that are being generated in the backyard. Um, you will be in the position to track them everything properly in a statistical module with diagrams. But at this stage, but this is something that needs to be finished in the next development steps. Yeah, at this stage, the challenge was to sum up a little bit, making the movement of the cranes a little bit smoother, to start some sort of an information system so that the player does not get lost when playing the game or receiving hints what could be a good choice to move on. And also then optimizing a little bit the road network. Um, uh, uh, just one final word about that. It has been finished yesterday. I think it's working probably. I'm maybe not happy with the intersections. I will keep observing how the trucks are behaving on that. But in general, I think it should be okay. Yeah, so a brief update. I hope you like it. If you have some comments, please leave them. I love to read them, and I'm not always. I would be happy to respond, but I'm always not always available to respond to the requests. So from upfront, sorry, but I'm still trying to read them on time, and then maybe the one or the other aspect I will I will make an inflow into the game. Yeah, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. You see, it happened literally. The game developer faces his own bugs, which I absolutely do not understand why the screens do not connect to the energy network. But I will figure it out. At least I know where they are coming now from. So this could be an interesting research that will be as a consequence to be followed up. Have a great day. Push the subscribe button. Please leave a comment. Don't forget to wishlist on Steam. It helps very much to make the game more visible. And I hope to see you soon in the next update video. Thanks a lot and have a great day. Bye.